Hi guys, so today we're having a look at a slightly unusual product. This is the Scinic. Somebody want to give me an option for which one's best? All Day Fine Pore Mint Paste. Now I got this in Superdrug and it was, I had it on my phone, which is £12.99, although it's apparently £12.22 on Yes Style, but that would have involved patience. So as you can see, I have never opened this before. And what we basically have is a tube of pore paste, which is weird. I mean, this is obviously meant to look like a toothbrush and toothpaste, which is a really strange thing. We've got this little gadget and the tube of the clay paste pore pack, which cleanses pores clogged by impurities and evens out skin texture. So the instructions are to wash your face, which you've done, towel dry your face, done, apply an appropriate amount and let it dry for 5 minutes, wet it with water and gently massage the face to generate foam, and then wash off with lukewarm water. Now when it says gently massage, I assume they're intending you to use this little guy, which might be looking familiar if you've watched all my videos, because we reviewed this guy. So this is the Inglot Lip Exfoliator, £8, and this is what comes with the pore paste. It's got a slightly different shaped handle, but they're very, very similar, so regardless. So strangely, the instructions that are in English do not match the instructions on the packet. So if you can see the picture instructions here, it shows you putting the paste onto this little guy, rubbing it in, and then doing, foaming it up. So I think I'm going to follow the pictures because, it might just not be a bad translation. It might just be that where they've said apply it, it meant apply it with this, and they just never quite, got around to that. So I don't quite know what the two different sides are meant to be for, but it also seems to suggest that you can use this end as like an extractor, which I would have my doubts about because they've definitely listed it as if it has a function. So I'm going to hope that they've done these kind of in order. So this would be the kind of application one, foaming up removal one, But what can we do other than give it a shot? So it's nice and sealed, which I like, and doesn't want to unseal. Come on, play with us. We want to see how weird you are. Tweezers. Yes, I've had to resort to tweezers and my nails aren't even that long. Oh, right. Okay, this looks like a very, very clay mask, which makes zero sense, but I mean, look how thick that looks. So it doesn't smell particularly minty. I mean, there's a little bit of mint there, but not overwhelming. So I'm just going to zoom you in so you can see what my skin's doing. It's not having a great week this week. I've been a little bit stressed. As you can see, we've got some whiteheads, some larger pores. Just not good. So let's apply my paste to my brush. This feels so weird. This is bizarre. Okay, I'm going to focus around my nose just because, that's my problem area. And I'm going to try and not go too near my eye. Obviously I can't read the full instructions, but this has mint in it, and most face masks say to keep away from the eye area. So this feels really, really, really strange. So I don't know whether I want to kind of scrub this in for 5 minutes or just scrub it and leave it for 5 minutes. There's so much fun in guessing when the instructions are in a different language. I kind of feel like if I keep scrubbing it the whole time, it's either not going to dry or just kind of dry but be flaking off constantly at the same time. So maybe I'll just do, you know, a little bit more, get all the bits of my face massaged, and then give it a couple of minutes to dry down, and then we'll get some water and see if it does kind of foam up the way they seem to be suggesting. Because not just in the English instructions, in the pictures they make it look kind of, you know, as if it's lathered up a little bit. So I'll give this a couple of minutes and we will be right back. Right, so we are dry, and it's very strange because you can see like all the little patterns from where I was rubbing this in. So I've got myself a mug with some nice hot, well, warm water. I don't know which side to go in with first. Let's try the other side, the chunkier one. That doesn't feel like it's a good way to start. Let's try the thinner one. That seems a bit better. I don't think the chunky one really kind of picked up much in the way of water to actually get this kind of moving. I'm not really seeing what I would consider as foam, as it seemed to suggest. Although I've never really met a clay mask that foamed up, so there's in a way it's almost reassuring as well, because I really don't think it should be behaving in a foamy way. Although, there's bubbles in there. Are you going to focus? Are you going to focus? Yeah, see? Strange. This does feel utterly bizarre. So I feel like if I sit and try and actually take it off just like this, it's going to take me a really, really long time. And I'm only doing half my face. So that's a little bit strange. Or not strange, but just like, it seems pretty time consuming. And I'm not 100% convinced that I wouldn't get a better kind of deep down clean by going in with something like a Scinic, although this is clearly more affordable. But yeah, perhaps they could have made this a little bit larger, make it double-ended with like a large side and a small side, and then, you know, if they want you to have an extractor, if that is what they're saying you can use that for, maybe get a nice proper one. Because again, you can get different shapes and sizes of extractors, and I think this one looks, if it is meant to be an extractor, as I keep repeating, it looks like a weird shape and a weird size. So let's go back in with the kind of bigger side now that this is broken down a little bit and see kind of what that does. It feels a lot like I'm just pushing this around my face. Again, yep, we are getting bubbles, so I stand corrected. It's a foaming face mask. Ooh, I've got a couple of kind of spots under the skin up here, and that's not comfortable going over them because that side isn't as soft as the small bristled side. Yeah, anybody want to take any bets on how long it would actually take to rinse my whole face clean trying to do it like this? Because I'm not sure if I've got the patience for that. I quite like getting right in here on the tip of my nose, because that's an area that I do generally not miss, but I get quite bad blocked pores on, and it's quite painful to try and sort them out with an extractor. But I tend not to give it much kind of attention just day to day cleaning my face. It just kind of, you know, gets missed out. So I 100% want to just go and rinse my face at the sink with my hands, because this is feeling a bit pointless, a bit futile. Not pointless, but futile as in I don't think this is ever going to result in me not having product over my face. Maybe I used an inappropriate amount of the product. Maybe I was meant to use far less than this. who knows? But yeah, my face still looks pretty much completely covered, and I've been rinsing for a little while now. Also, I'm feeling a mild tingling sensation from the mint, as if it is deep down in my pores, which might be a good thing, but it also feels like if I leave it doing that, it's not going to be so comfortable. So yeah, I am going to go and actually rinse this side of my face, and I'll be back and we'll have a look how it's getting on. I'm back. That still took a couple of goes over with my hand to get that completely clear. Now, I think this side of my face actually does look better than this one. I feel like it looks brighter. I feel like it looks a little bit more toned actually as well. Possibly the massage was good for, I don't know, draining things, if there was any puffiness going on. So let's zoom right in. So let's have a look at this nose and pore area. I mean, they're definitely, look, they're still there, but I do feel like they look a little bit better than they did. That spot is still there, but in a weird way, I'm kind of glad that it is. As much as I am one of those bad people that picks and squeezes my spots, I kind of know you're not meant to. And also, I feel like with the mint in this, if there had been any breaks in my skin, that would have stung. So yeah, I'm really liking, I genuinely see a difference, and I'm really happy, and definitely going to go and do the other side of my face. I don't think this is the cheapest product out there, and I would be interested to kind of like use the two of these separately as well to see whether it's a really good mask, or if it's the kind of massaging technique with this that kind of helps out. So I don't know. I'm really liking the results. It is a nice mask. My skin feels nice. I definitely want to explore using this with other masks. Would not recommend it if you had any kind of like breaks in your skin. So like if you had any like really dry patches where it was flaking, this might kind of get in there and really sting. I realised that I hadn't tried out the kind of extractor portion of this, and really it was because I was being a cynical person. I was not expecting it to work, and I didn't want to have a fail on camera, but curiosity got the better of me. I tried off camera. This is actually doing something, so let's zoom you as close in as we can get. Wow, this zoom is much better than I ever need it to be. So, you know, I would try like the most awkward part of my face on camera, wouldn't I? Also, I feel like I need to kind of clean this out a little bit. Right, so let's try and line something up and give it a good press. And there's bits and pieces in there. It's maybe not as obvious as with like the thinner metal extractors, but it's definitely doing something. And the fact that it's plastic, it kind of feels like it's going to do less potential damage to your skin. Okay, so yeah, that's a slightly strange added feature that adds to how much I like this product. So there you go. Yeah, other than that, I really enjoy it, and I will definitely be reaching for it again. So if you guys have got any questions, leave them down below. If you guys happen to have bought the Inglot lip exfoliator, you know, these are identical. Like the you know, the business end of this is identical. Maybe give it a shot with a face mask. It could work out really, really well. So I will see you guys all later. I'm not 100% certain I'm going to have a video on Monday, because as I'm filming this, it's the night before my birthday, so I'll be uploading it on my birthday, and I've not filmed Monday's video yet, and I might be a little bit busy at the weekend. So may or may not see you soon, but I hope you have an awesome weekend. Bye!